Hey, what's going on, everybody? Doing a quick update from the PCT. Haven't done a video since Ashland. We're all the way in northern Oregon. We will be at Cascade Lock soon. It's actually going to be the first time we've made a full stop since we got into Oregon. So we've just been cruising through here. It's like 500 something miles, but been doing 25 to 30 miles a day. Just been crushing it through here. It's been a little over 2 weeks in Oregon, so it's been a while since I've done a video. It's just been super hot. The mosquitoes are crazy because Oregon and Washington got a lot of late snow last year, so looks like the last 1,000 miles or so of this trail is just going to be a mosquito infestation. Lately it's been flies, but it started out as mosquitoes, and it sounded like we go back into mosquitoes in Washington. So stayed a couple nights in Ashland. It was a nice town. They really liked the hikers there. We walked out into a heat wave. That's been fun. Now we're in another heat wave. I think it's unusual for where we're at for it to be like 100 plus degrees, at least down in the valley. I think in Sisters it was 105 degrees a couple days ago. So it's been hot, it's been buggy. That's kind of been the story of Oregon. Lots of dusty trail, lots of stagnant ponds, lots of lava rock, but there have been some highlights. We got to go through Mazama Village, which is a cool little stop. They held our packages there. There's a store that's actually really reasonable. I thought it would be expensive because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's a national park area, so they actually had a free campsite for the PCT hikers to stay at. There's charging there, a shower there. If you do the PCT, highly recommend staying there. Get a package sent there. There's not a lot of stops in Oregon. There's a couple of resorts, most of which, as you can imagine, are expensive. Shelter Cove we stopped at. It was on the pricey side if you tried to do anything there, but they had free camping. It's next to a lake. It's really nice. So we spent a partial day there. That's the biggest break we've had. Then we got to go through Crater Lake National Park. And that was just amazing. I would highly recommend you stop there if you're ever in this part of the country. There's the trail goes around the rim, which we did, so it kind of gets away from the tourists, but the lake's just absolutely massive. It's a big caldera, which is a collapsed volcano, but it's gigantic. I think it's the deepest lake in the United States. The water's like, looks fake. It's so blue. And after that, it's just kind of been rolling hills. Like I said, we've just been cruising through Oregon. I did find these ugly new sunglasses somewhere to replace the ones that I scratched up, so that was nice. I've been finding a lot of people's gear for some reason and returning it to them, so hopefully that's giving me some good karma. So far, the trail's been pretty good to us. We haven't had any active fires. It's just been hot and it's been so buggy. We stopped at Big Lake Youth Camp a few days ago, which is a Christian youth camp that has a whole area kind of built out for hikers where you can shower, do laundry, charge your things. That place was so nice. It feels like you don't even belong there. You know, if you haven't showered in a week, like they keep it so clean. It's so new. It felt a little weird even going in there, but that place was amazing. We ended up getting a package there. Had to deal with the Lion's Head fire closure out here. It's like the first issue we've had to deal with any trail being closed, but it is what it is. It's a small section of trail. I think people were talking about hiking through it. I made the decision not to hike through it, and I would encourage people not to do that because it goes through tribal lands, and you know, if they get sick of the PCT hikers disrespecting that area, there's a chance that the trail might get rerouted. So it's a little disappointing that hikers are pushing through there. I feel like there's been an odd level of disrespect for the trail by some hikers. I won't go on about that, anything negative, but I was a little disappointed that people were pushing through that. I did end up going around it. I was able to hike over 2,000 miles without any type of fire, any type of issues. So for someone to request for me to go a few miles around tribal land that they were already permitting us to use didn't seem like a big deal at all. It was a little bit of logistical pain, but I would encourage you to realize that hiking this trail is a privilege. It's not a right. And if you come out here abusing it, you know, one day people won't be able to because of the unfortunate fact that people might abuse it and get us kicked out, you know. So anyway, I consider myself lucky for getting to go over 2,000 miles on this trail. Not a whole lot's happened. I finally bagged my first trout in Oregon today, so that was nice. We're getting up to the Columbia River. Wouldn't surprise me if they're stocked. Caught a few pretty little rainbows, but I think the fishing gets a little better in Washington. So yeah, I haven't stopped much, but I highly suggest every place I did stop, which was Mazama Village. Get a package, stay there, do everything you need to do there. Big Youth Lake youth camp, definitely stop there, do everything you need to do there. Shelter Cove is nice. It was expensive, but yeah, we'll be in Washington in a few days. I want to go ahead and shoot a video so I could at least have something to upload when I get into town. See if I can get a shot of the river. I'm actually not sure which stream this is. I think it's Eagle Creek, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's Eagle Creek. Getting ready to hop on a bridge. Got a few miles to walk to town. Trying to concentrate on where I'm walking because these boards are actually a little bit sketchy. We went through Tunnel Falls just a little while ago. It's this huge tunnel that goes behind a absolutely massive, gorgeous waterfall. Been one of the highlights. Crater Lake, Tunnel Falls, Ramona Falls. 3 things in Oregon I would not miss. So Oregon has really shown out the last few days. A lot of times on these long distance hikes, like in California, there's this almost like FU from the section you're doing, which was like the Syed Valley climb in and out. It's just not maintained. It was pretty ridiculous, but it happened a lot on the AT2. Every time you leave a state, it kind of gives you the finger as you leave. Not Oregon. Oregon's actually been really hot and buggy and a little bit boring. There was a lot of lava rock in between, but man, the last few days have just been absolutely amazing. We were in the Mount Hood Wilderness for my birthday, so got to see Mount Hood, got to see Ramona Falls. It all worked out really nicely. Wish I was making more videos. This YouTube video will probably never make me famous because I don't even make enough videos to keep up with anything, but yeah, that's about it. I think that's the highlights for now. If you don't mind, like the video, subscribe. Appreciate you watching. Maybe this will help someone out in the thru hike one day. Peace out till next time.